Good morning and thank you for joining us for State of Texas In-Depth. I'm Josh Hinkle. This week, state leaders launched a new initiative to combat a secretive plague in Texas. You may not see obvious signs of human trafficking in your communities, but it is there, destroying lives. Before, the fight against trafficking was disjointed, with local departments and regional groups taking the lead. Now, as KXAN's Phil Prazen shows us, the state will act as a hub to end the practice.
I wish it didn't happen. When I left this house, I was a virgin. But then when I came back, I'd slept with many men. And I wish that did not happen.
We reported Darcy's story while covering the rise of child sex trafficking in Travis County. After missing for weeks, her mother says their lives changed forever.
She didn't seem like herself at all. She was unclean.
This could be your child. This could be your child's friend. It could be someone in your family. It could be a relative. It could be anyone that could be taken advantage in this way. That's why you should care.
Kirsta Melton now leads the Attorney General's new human trafficking unit. She says adding 5 investigators will help find evidence to put criminals away.
You've got to have a team of people, okay? A prosecutor can't solve those problems.
You know, my plan, as long as I'm here, we're going to be focused on this.
Attorney General Ken Paxton, the top cop in Texas, created the unit after lawmakers gave his office the authority this past session.
We want to stop it, so at some point we hope this is gone. That's probably unrealistic, but we're going to be around as long as I'm in office. We're going to be around dealing with this issue.
The Texas Department of Public Safety says human trafficking is more than a $30 billion a year business. That industry now has the focus not just of local district attorneys, but the state of Texas. Phil Prazen, KXAN News.
To give you some scale about the problem, you have to look at the numbers. In 2015, there were 330 trafficking cases in Texas reported to the National Human Trafficking Resource Center. Texas had the second most number of calls into the center. Most of the victims were female. Most were adults, though a large number still were children, and most were United States citizens. Earlier this week, I sat down with the Attorney General for an exclusive interview. We talked about the human trafficking initiative, plus other decisions for the state and his own legal fight. Human trafficking is a term that might seem a little foreign to many people here in Central Texas. So why is it that you feel that this unit you're creating is so important?
Well, we know that human trafficking is going on, and we know that people are not very aware of it, that they're not educated about it, and so part of what we're trying to do is educate people, investigate these crimes, prosecute these crimes so that we can stop it in Texas.
We already have a lot of efforts going toward, combating human trafficking. APD has stuff. The city of Austin has stuff. You even have a Central Texas task force that your office is part of. What's going to be different about this unit?
Well, the nice thing about this is we can coordinate statewide with local officials, police, prosecutors, and we can educate statewide, because part of the problem we have is people are not aware that it's going on all around us. And so if we can educate people in Texas, we can help prevent it and we can help stop it.
DPS has said that human trafficking is the direction that many cartels and gangs are going. What role will your office play in combating that specific area?
Again, we'll work with local officials. We'll educate people. We'll investigate crimes. If people report, we'll be involved in investigating, and we'll be involved in prosecuting them. So our goal is to be involved at every possible level to eliminate this from going on in Texas, or at least reduce the number of those things happening in Texas.
Here in Central Texas, why should people care about it? Is it happening here?
It's happening everywhere. It's happening in every city in Texas, and so it's underground. People are not. It's not one of those crimes that people have been focused on, but it is a growing crime, and it is affecting a lot of children and adults.
What else do you want people to know about what the unit is going to be doing?
I think I want them to know that we're everywhere and that we're accessible. That we have a number that they can call. They can make us aware if they think that something's going on. We can be a first line of knowing, and then either we take it on or we let local officials know what's going on.
Switching gears a little bit, I know the Super Bowl's coming up, a lot of sports fans out there. Fantasy football, that's one thing. Fantasy sports, that's one thing that a lot of people are wondering how your office is going to weigh on. There's a pending opinion in your office considering the legality of that. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I love fantasy sports, but we do have an opinion, which, because we have that opinion, I can't actually comment on what we're going to say. And so that opinion will be coming out soon. So,
in your own opinion, though, your personal opinion, is fantasy sports a form of gambling?
You know what? I can't answer that question because I'm about to answer that question in my opinion for the state.
When can we see that?
That'll be coming soon.
You know, your counterpart in New York just said it is illegal.
Right. We saw that. We saw that there was activity. Nevada Attorney General also said that. So, you know, every state has a different law. And so we're looking at it right now, and we'll be out soon with that opinion.
Do you play daily fantasy sports?
Actually, I haven't had time since I've been elected, but I follow football very closely, both college and professional.
Okay. What did you think about the governor's announcement last week that he wants to actually change the U.S. Constitution?
You know, I thought it was a bold call. I understand what he's doing, because obviously we've drifted away from some of our constitutional focus, and I think some of those positions are strong and good, and I think they ought to be looked at by Congress, and they ought to be looked at by the people.
When it comes to some of these legal issues, how do you deal with that when so many critics are talking about your own legal battle that's happening right now because of the criminal charges?
So repeat that question.
How do you deal with what critics are saying? How do you instill that people have faith in you as a statewide elected official?
You know what? I travel the state. We'll fight. We're fighting that battle in court. I'm innocent, and so we'll continue to fight that battle and continue to do my job every day. That's what I was elected to do.
Do you have any thoughts on when, as this process plays out, you might have to step down?
Oh, I don't plan on stepping down. We're going to win this case and move forward.
Is there anything else you want Texans to know about what you're doing as far as that case?
Just know that we're fighting it and that we're going to win.
You can read more about the Attorney General's legal battle inside this story on the KXAN News app. Just look for the politics section. Thank you for joining us for State of Texas In Depth. Remember, you can join us every Sunday morning in the 8:30 half hour for a broader look at Texas politics. Stay tuned for Meet the Press coming up at 9. I'm Josh Hinkle. Have a great day.